Good morning. Hey, welcome to part 4 in our series titled Lies Couples Believe. As you can see, I'm working from the home today. Weather's been brutal this week. It's cold, icy, sleet, so rough road conditions. Just working in from the house today. But bringing you this message. This lie is one that we've all fallen under. As a partner in a relationship, I guarantee you've fallen into this trap at least once and probably didn't even realize it. And the lie is this: I'm entitled to what I want because I'm a better person. You might be thinking, Pastor Burns, I've never thought that. You haven't? Well, how about this? How many times have you thought about your spouse and thought, they don't even want to go to church on Sundays? I'm trying to get them to go to church, so I'm a better Christian. Or my sin isn't as bad as their sin because I didn't do X, Y, Z in my past. See where I'm going with this? In Romans 13, Romans chapter 12, verse 3, Paul tells us, he says, be honest in your evaluation of yourself, measuring yourselves by the faith God has given you. Be honest with your evaluation of yourself. Number one, you shouldn't be evaluating other people based on their past sins. You should be evaluating yourself, first and foremost. And then the only person you should be comparing yourselves to is your faith in Jesus Christ. And like it or not, we all fall short of that mark by a long shot. So what do we do? What do we do to defeat this lie? Paul. He actually gives us, all of our words today are going to come from Paul, to be honest with you. But in 1 Peter chapter 5, verses 5 and 6, he actually tells us, he says, dress yourselves in humility as you relate to one another. Dress yourself in humility as you relate to one another. God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. So humble yourselves under the mighty power of God. So if you're in your relationship and you're just entitlement, you think you're entitled because you're a better person, you're proud. You need to be opposed straight up because you don't have a servant's heart. Bottom line, you need to humble yourself under God. You need to humble yourself to your spouse and serve them. And why do you do that? Again, Ephesians chapter 4, verse 2. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 2. Always be humble and gentle. Be patient with each other, making allowances for each other's faults. Why? Because of your love. That's why you do it. Your love for your spouse should humble you, should allow you to make acceptances for their faults. Now, that doesn't mean, I'm trying to think of how to put this. You should accept them for their faults, but that doesn't mean you should accept their faults. Does that make sense? They've been forgiven. Their past is gone. Okay? You don't have to accept someone who continually faults over and over and over and doesn't see any wrong in it, if that makes sense. We can get into that at a later date. But the point of this one is if you are entitled, if you are feeling that you're better, you need to humble yourself. Don't fall into the lie that you're a better person, so you're entitled to whatever you want from your spouse. Humble yourself and serve your spouse. Make acceptances for them. And that will draw you closer to God. That's my daily drink for today. Y'all be blessed. I'll see you tomorrow.